was intense, huh? Oh, what's up, fuckers? It's me, the Clueless Biker. Just getting some exercise to get my blood pumping again. Yes, we're still in quarantine. We're almost at the end. Hopefully, so cross our fingers, we'll get past this one. However, that's not gonna be an excuse for us not to have an ultra duper amazing episode for today. Enough talk, watch this, fuckers!
This is the epic! This is the epic! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! We're out of gas! I need a rescue! I need a rescue! Oh my gosh! Oh my! This is the epic! This is the epic! I need a rescue! Oh no! No!
Holy shit. How did that guy ever get a motorcycle? As funny as it may look, I actually saw that kind of scenario on a motorcycle vlog. I'm not kidding, guys, I actually saw it, begging for people to help him. It's okay to ask help for other people, but you can never always expect someone to help you, because always remember that the first person who's gonna help you in whatever scenario you're in is gonna be yourself. So you should always be well equipped whenever a problem strikes. So which would you choose? Bringing this cell phone or this whenever you're riding far away? It's a good thing you can actually bring them both. They're both helpful, right? Cell phone plus your tools is a great tandem, right? Because before, a long time ago, we didn't have these. We only got these to save our asset. So I'm also gonna show you the basic tools you should bring, especially if you're on a motorcycle trip. These things might not be able to help you fix everything, but at least you got a fighting chance for you to be able to get your bike running again. I will show you my own personal toolkit, what stuff to bring, what's included. I'm gonna show you that next, so watch this!
Alright, here it is. I'm gonna be showing you the most basic tools that I personally bring whenever I go on a motorcycle ride. So let's start with the basics. Okay, we got the 8mm wrench, 10mm wrench, 12mm wrench, 14mm wrench, 17mm wrench, adjustable wrench. We got our flathead, our Phillips head screwdrivers, pliers, spark plug remover. Make sure, because these spark plug removers, they usually come in different sizes depending on your bike. So if you do have one, make sure that you do have the appropriate tool to use it. If you need an extension or something, test fit it on your spark plug of your bike. And for this, I have this 10mm to turn it, to be able to use the... We got a set of Allen keys as well, a spare brand new spark plug. Don't forget our Vampire Kit 1000. You can bring the smaller one, or sometimes I just bring the this cap here and the hose, so that it's much more convenient, because you can actually find bottles everywhere. I bring rope, not to hang myself with, but sometimes where you need to be towed, or you might need to tie something on your bike. Utility knife. I don't usually personally use this, but emergency situation, it's nice to have one of these. Pieces of hose, pieces of wires too, electrical tape, like a gasket maker, steel wire, cable tie, gloves, and a rag. So these are the things that I normally bring, especially when I go on a road trip. However, your stuff can also vary depending on what you can actually bring. In my case, these are the only stuff that would actually fit in my toolbox, and you can actually carry less, you can carry some of, you can always customize it to suit your needs.
Now that you're in a safe place where you can work on the bike, now it's time for you to assess what happened there. Whatever it may have happened to you, try to recall and then do a visual check on your bike. But in our case, we were riding the bike and then the engine started to lose power. So most probably we'll be concentrating more on the engine. There are three things you need to check: fuel, compression, and the ignition or the spark. If you got three of these, most likely your engine will run. So let's check the first one, fuel. First thing we need to check among those three things to make an engine run is, of course, the fuel. Okay, so if you don't have a fuel gauge, simply pop the tank open, gas cap, start shaking the bike, and if you can hear something there or see like the shimmering hope of fuel inside your tank, you're good. This bike is equipped with its own fuel gauge, so you can see now we do have fuel. That's good. However, if you do have fuel in the tank, what if the fuel's not getting to the carburetor, right? So that's what we're gonna check next. So also, you need to check for the fuel system. If your bike is equipped with a manual petcock, you have to check and make sure that it's actually turned on. There you go. It's possible that the fuel got cut off from the tank going to the carburetor. Now, we check if we got fuel into our carburetors. Here's your carburetor. And usually they do have like a drain screw at the bottom. If you can access that, that would be awesome. If our gasoline or our fuel is going down to the carburetor, if I unscrew this screw here, fuel should come out of it. Flowing outside there. That means that we do have fuel inside our carburetors. Alright, the next thing we need to establish if we have compression. So what is compression? Well, the way that the engine makes power, it actually compresses air and fuel, and then it's gonna be ignited. So if you don't have enough air and gas pressure there, it's not gonna produce any power. So one way to check it out, and you guys are lucky if you do have a Kickstarter, you simply just kick it. It's gonna be a resistance there. So like this one here. So there's something, there's like you're pushing against something here. There you go. For 2 strokes, the compression is not that high, but for 4-stroke engine, it has a very high compression. So yes, so we do have compression there. And this is how it feels when you don't have compression. It's very light, there's no resistance whatsoever. Alright, so we have established that we have fuel and we do have compression on the engine. The next thing we're gonna test is the ignition or the spark. On an engine, the spark is what ignites the air-fuel mixture inside. Since a spark in the engine, and that spark is like thousands of volts surging into the spark plug to create that fire, to ignite the fuel. So be careful when doing this, or else this can happen to you. So for us to be able to check for the spark, again, try to locate your spark plugs. Remove the spark plug wires. In this case, we got two. We got two cylinders here. Remove the spark plug. Okay, remember, the engine is still hot, okay? Or you can let it cool down. So this is a good chance to also check your spark plug. Okay, if it's wet, that means it's not working properly. It could be fouled up. Okay, if it's full of oil, that means that the oil is getting into your engine and it's burning up the oil along with the fuel, so it makes that oily thing there. But here it's good, it's brown, it's pretty good. But it's always a good idea when you're going on a road trip, especially on your road bike, always bring extra plugs. Again, also bring a spark plug remover. So to be able to ask for us to check this, so just make sure that the engine is turned off or the ignition key is turned off. Put the spark plug back into the spark plug cap. Make sure that it's the metal part of the spark plug is touching the metal part of the engine too, so it causes a ground. Okay, turn the ignition on. Okay, so you can see there on that little thing there, sparking, right? So that is a very good sign that we do have a spark. If you got a new plug, I suggest you use it just in case. So what if there's no spark coming out of your spark plug? Try to use the new one. See if it's gonna produce a spark. Check your grounding, make sure it touches. There you go. Okay, for this test, you make sure that you have a well-insulated screwdriver or Phillips screw, because it's gonna shock. Put it in there. You don't have to lock it in, and you don't have to touch the ground here. All you need to do is just a small gap before you start kicking it over. There you go. Ow! You can see there that we do have spark or ignition. So what if there's still no spark? Okay, remove your cap if possible. You just put it near the ground, and then you kick it over. There you can see. Yeah. We were lucky that it was just a simple issue on the bike. It was just rider error, alright? And if these tips and tricks does not help get your bike running again, it's okay. At least you did your part. Instead of you moping around, wasting time, waiting for someone to rescue you, at least you did something to aid in your dilemma, right? Better than moping around and help me, help me. So, but if you got your bike running, you'll be the hero of the day. Yeah, at least you learned something about your bike. Okay? Shout out to our friends out there, Kabolang Alvin Francisco. Check out his channel, link in the description below. He does basketball stuff. And Crotch Racket, he does daily vlogs and motorcycle as well. So check out his channel too, description down below. And would like to shout out to our Vampire Kit user, expert, extraordinaire, Gaspet Malapitan. Hi there. And also, Maria Rihanna S. Malapitan, the smartest girl ever. So study hard and stay at home. Alright, and as always, So we will be imparting some wise words. This time not from a wise old man, but from my favorite non-fictional uncle, Uncle Ben. With great bikes comes great responsibilities. So you'd better increase your troubleshooting abilities. Alright, so hopefully you guys learned a lot. Stay safe and stay home. Like and subscribe. Until then, fuckers, see ya! So like and subscribe for more cat production.